Hey guys, what is up? It is No Help and welcome back to another video today. So tomorrow, Gridmaster comes out and I'm actually extremely excited. When it first got announced, I was kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll probably play it, check it out, make a video or whatever, but I wasn't really too excited. But over the past, week, 2 weeks, all the reveals that we've been getting, seeing that the game's only going to be lasting 1 month rather than 2, it's just really cool to see. And I think this is going to bring a lot of people into RuneScape, especially all those new World of Warcraft players and stuff like that. They might get their friends to hop on and try it and stuff like that. And yeah, I think I'm even more excited than any league that has ever come out, which is insane because leagues are one of my favorite game modes that RuneScape has ever done. So obviously there's some leaks out there and stuff like that, but this is on the official RuneScape website and we can see the grid less than 24 hours before the game actually launches. And I kind of want to just talk a little bit about some of the tiles, maybe explain what I'm going to be doing, and just, talk through it and see if we can get some ideas together. So yeah, this is the entire board right now, as you can see, and obviously we know a bunch of them already, right? But we've got ourselves the full line here, right? And we can kind of see what one of the big rewards will be. So this is going to be the free-to-play sort of line that you can finish off. And there's some really good relics, rewards, and stuff like that that you can get. But if we take a look at this one right here, this will be the plus 200% XP for all skills, right? But yeah, let's just take a look at some of these and just kind of start talking, right? So this is going to be the very first one that you get, right? So, complete the Gridmaster tutorial. I'm assuming this is going to take, 30 seconds or something like that. And then you get to pick your first relic. And as you can see, there's the first 3 relics here. We've obviously got Power Miner, Lumberjack, and Animal Wrangler. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I first saw this, I was either debating on doing Power Miner again, but since I did Power Miner during the last leagues, I thought I was going to go with Animal Wrangler. And everyone online was saying Animal Wrangler isn't the way to go and this and that, but yeah, I guess they were right because we're going to be unlocking all 3 of them very early on too, right? So if you take a look at some of these tiles right here, right? There's a task right here for chopping a maple log, and then there's also a task here for mining a gold ore. And then you will unlock the other 2, right? So you can do Power Miner, Lumberjack, and Animal Wrangler. So my thing is, you're either gonna want to start with Power Miner, rush the gold ore, mine that to unlock your second one, or you want to start with Lumberjack. And I think actually I'm gonna be starting with Lumberjack because right in Lumbridge there, you can start chopping trees, get yourself all the way to 45 woodcutting fairly easy, chop yourself a maple tree, unlock the second one, right? From there you get Power Miner and easily get all the way up to 40 mining or whatever it is, mine yourself the gold ore. Then you'll have Animal Wrangler as well. So you'll have all 3 of these relics, which is just going to be absolutely insane for mining, smithing. You got Lumberjack, right, which is going to be good for burning or for fire making, fletching, and obviously for woodcutting. And then Animal Wrangler is just insane for hunting. A lot of people are saying it's better for hunters, sort of, but fishing is, at the end of the day, will come in handy early game, not so much later because of other things. But yeah, I think I'm going to start actually with the Lumberjack, which is crazy because I've never done Lumberjack on any of the leagues or any of the woodcutting relics ever, so it'll be cool to start with that. And then literally within a half an hour we'll have the second one too, Power Miner, and probably within the first hour we'll have all 3. So we're going to try and complete this first grid probably tomorrow as well, right? So, kill an ogress, fairly easy. We've already kind of talked about this one. And then you will get the combatant perk. Now, when I first talked about this, I didn't really know exactly which skills you do. So basically, you gain the combatant benefit, you select 3 combat skills, then whenever you gain XP in one of the 3 selected combat skills, you'll gain 50% of that XP in the 2 other skills. So it's very, very good. Obviously, you want to pick the 3 that you'll be training. And at first, I was going to say prayer because, there wasn't really a good way to train prayer. But now we know we're getting Golden God, so that's not really an issue anymore, right? A lot of people said that they were going to go attack because a lot of the lower level quests, like, Fight Arena, a bunch of other ones, all the gnome quests, they give a lot of attack XP, and then you'll gain tons of extra XP. So attack might be a really good option to choose, right? A lot of people also were saying that they're going to be doing magic, because with the golden god relic, you can auto elk. So whenever you're elking, gaining magic XP, you will say gain, strength XP and say range. So I think what I'm honestly gonna do is do magic, range, and attack. I don't know if that's my, final say on things, right? Attack because of all those like quests, the low level quests that will give you a ton of XP. Magic because you'll be gaining tons and tons of XP with the auto elking, right? And then range because I don't really know at this point a good way of training range at lower levels anyways. And then we're kind of, doing all 3 combat styles. We won't have to worry about prayer. You can train defense with magic or range, right? Hit points comes kind of passively anyways, and then strength, it is what it is. It's going to be fast anyways. So I think I'm going to do attack, magic, and range. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have anything different. So obviously this next one here is very easy. Reached a 500 total level, probably like within the first couple of hours we will get that, no problem. And then all this is an experience lamp containing 25k XP, but you can use it on any skill. At this point, I have no idea what I'm going to be using it on, right? Because there's so many things we don't exactly know yet. People might have said like rune crafting or slayer to get a jump start in that. Maybe we'll use it on agility, right? I don't really know if there's any agility relics at the moment right now, so probably we'll be using it on agility or rune crafting or something, but it's too early honestly to tell at this point. But yeah, 500 total will be extremely easy to do, right? Then we got this one right here is to basically kill Prifddinas and then open the chest. Very easy task to do. And then you will get the entire combat masteries, which this is really cool too, because at the end of the day on the last league, right, we were able to pick like sort of 1 combat mastery, and so all combat masteries increased by 1 tier. So, melee hits have a 25% chance to roll twice. Range damage rolls beneath 30% of your max hit, with range increased to 30%. Magic, when you roll above 90% of your max hit with magic, damage is increased by 50%. And then passive, 95% chance to save weapon charges, ammunition, and runes for spells. So, it's cool that we're getting access to all of them. So you're going to be extremely powerful in all combat styles, which is going to be so good for things like the Dagannoth Kings, God Wars Dungeon, all of the raids. Like, we will be so powerful very early on too. Like Prifddinas, you could probably easily kill him in the first hour, you know what I mean? And then obviously we know this one already, to defeat the Lesser Demon in the Wizard's Tower. This one's actually going to be extremely difficult for the first few days, I think, which is going to stop people from getting this. So I'm either going to stay up extremely late tomorrow, like I'm talking 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, something like that. Probably not, but we'll try and do this at some point. Basically, when you complete this whole like tile right here, you will get the 200% in all skills. But if you do the demon one, kill the demon in the Wizard's Tower, you will gain the minimum potential perk. So your melee, range, and magic hits will never deal below 5 damage. I heard you can like hit zeros still. Yeah, like you can still miss your attacks. You can hit zeros, but at the end of the day, you'll never hit a 1, 2, 3, or a 4. You will always minimum hit 5, which is actually huge. And it's really big early game and late game, right? It's really good in the early game. You'll gain more experience, right? You'll get the levels quicker. But then at the late game, when you're doing raids and stuff, the odd time you hit a 1 or a 2, it's just really annoying. Imagine things like a blowpipe, just constantly minimum hitting 5 damage all of the time, super fast. Even knives people are talking about. So yeah, the minimum potential one is extremely big, but I think there's people saying they're going to rush it day 1, but you might be waiting there an hour and people already have 500 total with 7 things unlocked, right? I think you should wait for this one, but it's totally up to you. Now, very early on, I think after I unlock the first 3 sort of, whatever these things are called, the power miner, the lumberjack, and the animal wrangler, I think the next thing I'm going to do is go for this one right here. So obtain some valuables from a house in Varlamar. Extremely easy to do. We'll have to figure out how to train thieving fast enough to kind of get up to that level. Head over to Varlamar. I think you need to do a very easy quest to do Varlamar and then get some valuables, right? This is going to be the one thing I want to unlock like pretty much after I get all the skilling relics is right here, Golden God. This one's going to be extremely useful. Again, like once we get that combatant one, we won't ever really have to train combat. Before I even hop into Slayer, I'll probably be 80, 90, and like a lot of my combat skills, I'll have unlimited money, and I will be able to, it'll just be insane. Like, I'll be gaining passive XP from whatever I do for the rest of the league. I'll always have unlimited money, you know what I mean? And then I also will be able to train prayer to whatever level I want. So when you have the unlimited money with the golden god, right? When you use 20,000 coins on an altar, it will exchange for prayer experience equivalent to using a dragon bone. So sounds expensive, right? But at the end of the day, you have unlimited money with the golden god perk, right? Because items give 15% more gold and have a 65% chance to not be consumed. So whenever you elk something, there's a 65% chance you won't elk it. And then you also get 15% more gold for it. So at the end of the day, you end up making a lot of money. And then if you buy things like condensed gold, I think it's called, I think you make like 2 billion GP an hour or something stupid like that. And if you have the stack in your inventory, it'll auto cast. So you will just keep getting money, keep gaining XP, and then you use that for prayer. So I think Golden God is something you want to rush extremely early on. I'm not sure if we're going to be getting any of these thieving relics early. Might be, you know, go and unlock the thieving relic before Golden God, but we'll have to see tomorrow. But Golden God is definitely on day one for sure. Obviously, also with the whole Golden God thing, you're going to be elking, right? And then if you gain over 30,000 GP from an alchemy spell, which you will be doing easily, you will get Production Prodigy, which will make all of the skilling resources like crafting, smithing, herb lore, fletching, and cooking. They'll be boosted by 12, and then you'll automatically do everything. Like you'll instantly fletch all the logs, you'll instantly smelt all the ores, clean all the herbs, right? Cook all of the food. It will be extremely powerful, and the fact that you don't have to pick this between something that might be really important later on, right? Usually with the league, you kind of have to pick. This is something you can get right off the bat too, and then you'll have all those production skills that will bank the ores for you, or bank the bars even for you, you know what I mean? Bank all the logs, and then you just have this at the end of the day too. You will be gaining so much XP. I think I'm going to be getting multiple 99s tomorrow, like with seeing how powerful will be. And then you'll also like have the plus 12, so you'll be able to do things higher than your level, man. It's just crazy. There's also a 25% chance that you'll make an extra product, which will be sent to your bank, which will save things like, you know, like when you're making like potions with herb lore, right? Very cool. Now there is these two right here. This one is, you know, kill Temporis once, extremely easy, and this one is even easier. So, you know, basically witness the gemstone crab burrow away. So I'm assuming you'll have to, like, you know, kill him once, click the thing, 10 minutes, go eat some lunch, come back, and then you will unlock that one as well. So let's check out what these ones do, right? So this one's for killing Temporis. We get the craftsman. This one is pretty much like the combatant one. So you will gain the craftsman benefit. You will select 3 artisan skills. Then whenever you gain XP in one of your 3 selected craftsman skills, you'll gain 50% of that XP in the other 2 skills. And we've got construction, cooking, crafting, fire making, fletching, herb lore, rune crafting, and smithing. Now, right off the bat, people are going to say, you know, rune crafting, construction maybe, herb lore probably, right? But we don't know what the other relics are yet. We could have an extremely good one for herb lore. I forget what that one was in the last league where like you just gained herbs passively, right? And then it might make this one want to go on something else, right? At the moment, I think I'm going to do construction because you'll see in a second when you train construction to 99, you can get something really good, plus the construction cape, of course. And then with all the money in the world, you can just make the maxed POH, very, very good quality of life. But then again, we might get a relic that will let you teleport anywhere you want anyways, right? So at the end of the day, you don't really know about that, but very, very good passive thing, right? Like you know, you could just choose something very basic like fire making or whatever, and then you just gain, you know, herb lore and rune crafting XP the whole time. You know, when you have all the other skilling relics like fletching or, you know, smithing and stuff like that, you'll just gain those passively anyway. So this is extremely powerful, and let me know down in the comments below what you guys are thinking right now. Right now, I obviously want to say like herb lore, rune craft, but who knows? We could get very powerful relics that will make these skills extremely easy to train, and we might end up choosing like cooking. Like, you never know. And then obviously for killing the gemstone crab, we get this one right here, the gatherer. So exactly kind of the same thing. So you will gain the gatherer benefit. So you select 3 gathering or support skills. Then whenever you gain XP in the 3 gathering or support skills, you will gain 50% of the XP in the 2 other skills. So fishing, mining, woodcutting, hunter, agility, slayer, and thieving. I think it's a very good one here to pick, say, something like fishing, where you can just AFK, say, at Karambwans or something like that, and then passively, say, gain agility and slayer XP. or thieving even, right? If we don't have a good thieving relic or whatever it might be. And also there's mining, fishing, and woodcutting here, so you can, have the benefit of your other of your starting relics. But the reason I said fishing is because you can actually AFK for so long. But yeah, this is extremely powerful, and you can get all of these very early on, so I just can't imagine the passive XP you're going to be getting all the time. Like, you'll have to train a couple skills, and then passively you'll get the other ones to 99. It's just going to be freaking crazy. We already know a lot of the other ones here, right? Like this one right here, if you defeat the Jagex in the Inferno, you will get the Slayer Master perk, which you'll always be on task, right? And you'll have unlocked all the Slayer Master perks. Extremely good, so I can't wait to see how many people rush this one early on. I think people were saying online you need to get to like wave 30 or something. With being this powerful, it might be very easy to do that, and then you'll have the Slayer Master perk. So I'm thinking that's more of like a day 2, day 3 thing for me personally, but we'll have to see. It might be extremely fast. This one right here, like cook a shark while wearing a chef's hat. Chef's hat you get from a goblin. Shark you can get extremely easy with the, animal wrangler perk, whatever, right? And then get a shark. And then you will get access to this one, which I won't be starting Slayer, I don't think, or any kind of combat until I get this, because you will get the corrupted shark. And it's a shark that isn't consumed when you eat it. So you can just keep this in your inventory, and every time you click it, you will heal 20 hit points. You can just stay at a boss or stay at a raid forever and never run out of food. I'm assuming you're going to be able to take this into raids and stuff like that, hopefully. Imagine if you can't, then it's kind of useless. I guess good for Slayer or whatever, but if you can take it into bosses and raids, this is going to be amazing. You'll never have to worry about food. You can still die, of course, but you just got to keep spamming that shark, maybe bring some Karmwans, some Tikid. I really don't know how this is going to work yet, but yeah, kind of gets rid of the need for food, right? So Animal Wrangler, I mean, that's why it's going to be my third option. And then we know this one too, the Guardian, right? So for this one, you actually have to complete the whole Inferno in 30 minutes or less. So this is going to be a very endgame one. You get the very powerful Guardian Thrall, and yeah, it's going to be extremely powerful, especially for things like raids, bosses, will make you very, very powerful. It will also work inside the Gauntlet, which can be very handy if you want to go for something like a Bofa or whatever, right? And then we got some other ones down here, which I haven't really talked about yet. I think I might have talked about this one. So defeat all the 4 awakened bosses from the Desert Treasure 2. That's a very hard one, but you will get this helmet called the Battle Hat. Take a look at the stats of this. Plus 15 to all attack bonuses, plus 60 to defense bonuses for a hat slot. This is obviously a tribrid helmet with no negative bonuses, and also functions as a Slayer helm. So you can use this and still gain the plus whatever 15% Slayer. I'm assuming a Slayer helm eye, right? And then plus 10 to melee strength, plus 5 to range strength, plus 5 to magic strength, and a plus 10 prayer bonus. This helmet is freaking broken. And yeah, you do have to defeat all the awakened bosses for this, which is very hard to do, but assuming will be very, very powerful, right? We still don't know a lot of these combat relics and stuff like that. It shouldn't be that hard to do. We've talked about this one too. Obviously, obtain a rare from the Tombs of Amasket. Now, this doesn't mean like a mega rare. It just means get yourself like a light bear or, like a fang or something. With the increased drop rates, it shouldn't be too hard to do. And then you get a mega rare scroll, which you can choose a scythe, a shadow, or a twisted bow. Think about that. You could just, get a scythe probably day 1, a twisted bow day 1. Like, there's going to be a lot of people, I'm assuming, just rushing right to that content. Now, will we have all the quests to unlock this right away? I'm not sure, but very cool nonetheless. Might be something to do at least in the first week, right? And then this one right here, this is why I said construction's really powerful, and also the Golden God. So when you build a demonic throne in your player-owned house, this is a very expensive thing to do, and you also need 99 construction, which won't be a problem with Golden God at all. But build a demonic throne in your player-owned house, and then you will get this right here, the Thunder Sword. And it is a extremely good sword that was in the last league. And I've seen it hit like 300s on people, right? So you can take a look at these stats here, right? So deals full damage to the Corporal Beast, has a 20% chance to trigger an AoE lightning bolt under the target, hitting anything in a 1-tile radius, which also rolls a 50% of the original attack. So I've seen people on Slayer tasks just hitting this and then just hitting everything around them. like 20% chance is pretty high. The special attack uses 50% and attacks twice. If either attack is successful, an additional lightning bolt is summoned, rolling up to 100% of the original attack's max hit. This is why people are hitting like 300s and stuff like that. It's freaking crazy. A plus 65 to stab, 110 to slash, plus 100 melee strength, and it will have an attack speed of 4 ticks, so it's a pretty fast weapon. And yeah, very, very cool that we all get to unlock this. And then we've also got this right here, which looks like it is going to be the reward for finishing this column. We don't know how hard this is yet, right? We can take a look at some of these things. Some of the hints are dash, 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 R. I don't really know what any of that means. Let me know in the comments below if you do. But then we will get the sunlight braziers. Very, very good gloves, obviously. All healing received is increased by 100%. And then look at the attack bonuses. We got a plus 8 to melee strength and to plus 4 to range. Very, very good overall, right? And it looks like this as well, right? You get the sunlight spear. So a weapon from a being that truly worships God. Gain a sunlight stack every attack up to a max of 20. So special attack 7 sunlight stacks. Every hit every NPC within 3 tiles of the player. Damage is increased by 3% per prayer bonus. So obviously if you have a very high prayer bonus, which it looks like we will with a lot of the gear, very, very nice. Yeah, so people know about this weapon too, but yeah, do we get both of those, I guess, for completing that, right? It kind of looks like it. I'm a little confused, right? Because this is the plus 200% for all of the skills. Says the same thing here. I'm assuming we just get both, right? But yeah, very, very cool nonetheless. And I can't wait to see. I guess we'll see tomorrow the full grid. And I'm truly excited about that. But yeah, like I said, my route is going to be pretty much starting, getting all of the lumberjack, the power miner, animal wrangler, heading right for Golden God. And then trying to probably do the craftsman one and the gatherer, right? And obviously the combatant too. I think those ones are extremely important. So you could just passively gain XP all of the time with whatever you're doing. And I guess from there, we'll, figure out which quests we need to do, unfortunately. And then we'll probably hop into some Slayer, right? When we get high enough levels. And who knows, the route might completely change when we see the rest of these. I really hope there's a thieving one. I hope there's an agility one. But yeah, it's going to be a very, very fun day tomorrow, and I'm extremely excited. So let me know down in the comments below what your guys' plan is, and yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you tomorrow in Gridmaster. See ya later.